Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Warmaster Moloch, and this is a legendary difficulty campaign start guide to Goth Bay and ethical vegan version of a vampire, Elspeth von Draken of the Empire. I make a lot of these early campaign start guides, so if you're new to the channel and that sort of thing sounds like something that'll interest you, hit like and subscribe early on, because that way you won't miss any future uploads. Now, shilling of the channel done. Let's start looking at the campaign. Now, Elspeth is a very powerful lord, so once you get her going, the campaign's not really that difficult, but it really does come down to that whole getting her started thing, because early on she's squishy. Her starting army is good in a lot of ways, but in others not amazing. Like, she doesn't have any archers, she just has 2 gun units. And really, you need a bit of finesse to get through everything with her, because you're up against vampires, you're up against greenskins, and then eventually you're up against more vampires. So to explain what our approach is going to be here, we're obviously going to take out this Court of Night faction. Is it Court of Night? Yes, it's Court of Night. Get rid of them. We're then going to go for Black Venom, this greenskin faction, take them out. And from there, what we're going to do is rush headlong to take out Sylvania good and early. And when I say good and early, I normally get rid of them within about 15 turns, barring, you know, some AI fuckery or something like that. But it's normally very, very early that I get rid of Sylvania. And from there, you're basically free. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Go through this territory here, unify this area of the Empire, probably get at least one confederation along the way, and unite Sylvania under the Empire's rule rather than the Vampire's rule. Well, technically speaking, we're pretty sure Elspeth's a vampire, but she's a good vampire, so that's fine. And once you're done with that, you will then know that you have freedom to move through the rest of the Empire, confederate more stuff, and then head up and take out the likes of Festus, these greenskins that bother Midland over here, etc., etc., and obviously Drycha, unify the Empire, and expand from there. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do, we're going to put this hero, the engineer, into our army with Elspeth, and then we're going to attack this vampire army here. Now, both of your starting battles, this one and the one up against the settlement that's right behind them, they show up as decisive victory auto-resolves, even if you decisive victory both of them, auto-resolve both of them. I don't recommend doing this because you take a lot of casualties. So personally, I'm going to fight these manually. I won't make you watch all of the battles. You don't really need to see that much, but I'll show you how I set up an early stage Elspeth army, and you can go from there. It's pretty simple. Alright, this battle is really just about keeping casualties to an absolute minimum, so we're going to set up our artillery here. That's the hero. Some spears here. Obviously it's awkward in these areas because it won't necessarily put you where you want to go. I'm going to put swordsmen here, and then I'm going to have gunners just to the side. Elspeth can go here. I'll put that hero a bit further forward while still remaining in gun range so that we can shoot the crap out of what's coming. And that's basically it. Now, Elspeth, you don't want her to tank too much, but you can trigger Darkwalker, which gives her more physical resistance, so she can tank a little. I just don't recommend doing a lot of it. There we go. We'll let the dire wolves come in as they want. And we'll concentrate the artillery on a blob over here. And I want the cannons to aim for the crypt horrors because they're large. Move these spearmen across because we might need to bog down the dire wolves soon. Let's see how far we are away from being able to spirit leech that hero. General, I should say. Let's move him back a little bit. And we'll shoot those as well. Elspeth, I want you to spirit leech this guy. Right, that general is beating the shit out of our hero, so we want to be careful about that. Start aiming for him. Now he's going to go for Elspeth, but he won't last very long trying to do that. Spirit Leech, melee, melee. Oh, he's chasing Elspeth. Let's put physical resistance on her. That's fine. Spirit Leech on him, and now we'll get the artillery to stop firing because they're more likely to hurt us than they are to do us any good. And we'll bring this hero round here. You guys aim for the... Ah, they're crumbling. And it looks like we've caught them with the army losses. Yep, that's good. Dead simple, really. It's just about keeping casualties to an absolute minimum. Simple as that. That's basically your model for early Elspeth battles. Okay, so here we'll take the money. For Elspeth, we will put one into Spirit Leech.
Add it to my collection.
For the engineer, I'm going to go for increased mobility here. We'll go to our research, and you want to click on Trained Marksman. That'll take you 9 turns. It'll go through mass-produced small ammunition and Trained Marksman, because we're going to be recruiting basically a ranged army here for Elspeth. That's what's best for her. Now, with that in mind, let's go to the Imperial Gunnery School. Now, whichever you decide to go with here, neither's a bad option. The two you can really... Well, the 3 you can look at here. You can go for this for great cannons, this for handguns, and this here for the Hellstorm rocket batteries. I'm going to go for the handgun one, the extra missile strength, because we will be recruiting more gunners. And as you can see, it boosts a lot of different units. We've got some. Let's go for that.
Amethyst Mage.
You probably can just get away with auto-resolving this one. I'm going to fight it manually, but you don't really need to see that. And there we go, that's basically that. A few more casualties there than I would have liked, but it'll do. Fewer than on an auto-resolve. And we're just going to occupy here because we don't want any public order problems. There we go.
Elspeth von Draken.
For Elspeth, I'm going to say go for Spirit Leech again. We want to make that cheap. And now for our recruitment, we're going to go with Pistoliers. I quite like Pistoliers early on because they're great for kiting and drawing enemies away. We're also going to upgrade our firearms, or upgrade our gunnery building here, the shooting range, up to Firearms Academy. And then here, it's up to you, but I tend to go with growth at this stage. I want to get Nuln up to tier 5 as soon as possible, so that we can get its special building, the Nuln Gunnery School. But hey, that's it basically for turn 1, guys.
Elite troops and potent weaponry.
So our next step, obviously, is going to be to attack Wissenberg. And we've got a point to put into this guy. Let's just go for Survivalist, get him some extra hit points.
The graveyard rose. I will not.
Again, I am not going to auto-resolve this, even though decisive victory against these kinds of odds is actually pretty decent. I feel like we can do better, so I am going to fight this manually. Okay, so here you can see we've set up very deep, with the exception of our Pistoliers, which we're just going to use for kiting. I've set them on skirmish mode. I'll take them in and out of that, but I've taken guard mode off. We just want to lure some stuff into attacking us early. That's what Pistoliers are really good for. That and drawing units away from the fight.
I perceive amethyst vapors in the air. Let us ensure.
And because they can fire while moving, in my opinion, they're actually better than all but the grenade tier of Outriders. Being able to fire while moving is hugely valuable. Keeps you in the fight, basically. And as you can see, all of their fast stuff is reacting to this by coming forward. So we're going to draw these over here. Try and keep the dire wolves out of it as much as we can. And if we can just draw these across the gun line, that's perfect for us. Send these forward again. Cannons aim for there as well. And there we go. The direwolf problem is now basically done because they're crumbling. A little bit of friendly fire there from the Hellstorms. That happens a fair bit. Be ready for it. Okay, the Fellbats are done as well. So let's bring the Pistoliers round the side here. And then what we'll do is try and use them to draw some units away. Let's go through here. There we go. And we'll just put them into skirmish mode. They'll keep some guys occupied. Okay, they're gone. Bring these to here. As you can see, this one unit is now basically just being dogged by these Pistoliers. We will bring this unit of Pistoliers in as well. Just in case we need them, but we probably won't. These should crumble very quickly. And that's the end of the fight. So yeah, bigger army, but through careful management you can keep your damage down to an absolute minimum. The engineer took a bit more damage than I would have liked, but he's doing fine so far. Okay, so here we're going to occupy again. The money is not worth the public order issue with the looting there. And I'm going to go for growth again here.
Elspeth von
And this time we're going to recruit 2 units of basic archers. For Elspeth, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get life leeching, and I'm going to get soul blight. Soul blight is very good for when you fight Vlad von Carstein, because, let's lock that in place, it drops armor by 30. He comes in with a lot of armor, so that helps a lot. For the engineer, let's just go for survivalist again. Now for our commandment, we're going to go growth again, of course. And then we're just going to end this turn here. So turn 3, we've got Pfeildorf with some vamps inside. It's a walled settlement, but that's okay. That's not going to make any difference to us whatsoever, because that auto-resolve is absolute bullshit. They're pinned down. We will take them out extremely simply. So let's just get to it. Okay, so for this map, what you want to do is position yourself to attack this corner here. Take it off of fire at will. You want your firing crews to be divided by guns, archers, and guns on horses, basically. And then you have your melee there as just a group. Your engineer here. I just put Elspeth there, and then you're just going to smash one hole through these walls here. Maybe take out one tower and go from there. So I'm going to say let's go for that spot there.
Speak to me. Whisper of myriad battles of old. They tell
And we'll
tales
make
of
it
our
fast.
foes' wick-
And now we'll take out this tower over here. So we've got a bit of freedom of movement with our Hellstorm rocket batteries, because it's nice to be able to aim along this region here with freedom. And once we've taken out this tower here, they should have built one of the pop-up towers here. So we'll take that out next. There you go. They're building that up now. And there we go. And we'll go for that tower inside now, while we move the Hellstorm rocket batteries over to about here. And just to keep them safe, I'm going to move the engineer to here as well, and the melee, just in case they send the Fellbats over. And as you can see, we've got a lovely little row of targets to hit here, so we're going to start shooting at these because that's a blob. Oh, in fact, that's going to be an even better blob. Go for there instead. Something to mention, don't go rushing into using Elspeth's magic early on against, say, the Lord with the Spirit Leech, for example, because he will just use his magic to heal. So you want to hold on to that until he's used up most or all of his magic, which he will do fairly quickly. And just keep picking out the thickest blobs you can see and hit with a good angle. See, that's not a great angle now, so we'll go for there instead. 500 kills exactly on these so far. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to bring the cannons to here and stick them on fire. I hate when that happens. Let's get back on the artillery. Bring them to there so there are chances they can shoot through the walls. We'll get the archers to here. And what I'll do as well is I'll bring the archers to here and then they can just shoot over the walls at some stuff. And we'll also start bringing our gun units across. Careful, Elspeth. Gotta love the pathfinding in this game, haven't you? She's about to jump up there again. And he's used all of his magic up, so there's nothing he can do about this. There we go. He's now done. And we can just use our magic on anything we like here just to finish them off. That unit's now crumbling. Okay, with all that done, I'm going to slow it down for a second while I just get some gun units in. Get them to there. Put the hero here to lure them into attacking. Melee here in case we might need it. And the pistoliers here to provide supporting fire. Got enough for one more spirit leech. And there we go. Just the presence of the hero there will be enough to lure them forward a little, and then we just shoot the hell out of them. We're just going to do enough to lure them in there until we trigger the army loss penalty. That's all it basically comes down to. Okay, they got to our gunners. Let's just speed that up there. Nah, we're fine. They got the army loss penalty. Simple as that, really, guys. It's just about patience. Okay, again, we're just going to occupy. It's not very much money for the looting. You'll spend that just repairing stuff. And then from here, growth again. And as you can see, there's a savage orc faction here. We'll want to deal with them later on just because it's money and experience. We're going to get more archers for Elspeth there because that's what she can recruit. I'm going to put another into Soul Blight for her. And one into piercing shots. Actually, no, we've got more mobility first. Let's go for mobility for him there. We'll go for piercing shots with his next lot. Now, Wissenberg, we're going to recruit a master engineer. This is the best lord you can get for the Empire now. The best generic lord, that is. We'll go for this tough one. Knowledgeable's not that great anymore, so tough it is. Master engineer. And we're going to use him to do our recruiting of heavier units while we can't actually get back to Wissenland. So we're going to recruit 4 units of handgunners there.
Wielder of the pale side.
And yeah, that's basically all we need to do from there. So we will end the turn. Turn 4, army's looking pretty chunky. Let's declare war on these savage orcs.
Lady of Shaiish.
Again, it says decisive victory. I'm going to fight it manually because I want to keep our casualties to the minimum. You know how to fight this though, guys. It's a doddle. There we go. Good and simple. We'll just wipe this out here. And yeah, there should be little or nothing left over for a follow-up battle. If we do have a little left, it's just extra experience, basically. Yeah, there's a little bit left there. Okay, I'm going to take the replen there because why not? We don't need the money, especially.
Elspeth von Draken.
We will auto-resolve this fight, of course. Did we lose anyone in that? 7, whatever.
We owe our safety to Sigmar.
So now Elspeth is on tier 8. We'll get Doom and Darkness and Evasion. She's unlocked the Frostfire gem.
I must study this.
And we will put one into piercing shots for this guy. And at this stage, we can now attack Fort Sol because we're going to declare war on the Black Venom tribe.
The scythe incorporated.
We are, again, we're not going to auto-resolve this. We want to be moving as fast as possible. That means minimal casualties, but this is very, very simple. Okay, guys, the crux of this siege is take out the 2 nearest towers here. You can set up on either side. They're identical. I tend to favour the left. So you take out those 2 towers, and then you just shoot a hole in the walls, and you use the Hellstorm rocket batteries to fend off archers, and then just shoot your way through them as normal. It's not complicated. It's simple, guys. That's the end of the fight. Okay, so again, just occupy.
Raise our standards here.
And in a fort, you can only recruit 1 unit at a time, so we're going to get 1 unit of archers there. This guy's still recruiting handgunners, so it's all good. Now, we do have some schematics for upgrades, so we're going to upgrade our Hellstorm rocket battery to get that extra projectile in there. And we will get weighted ammunitions for our great cannons. And there we go. For our skill points, put 1 more into piercing shots for Lupio Gausser. We're not going to bother building anything else up here, but we can start building up Fort Sol to try and get that up to tier 2 as soon as possible. And obviously our main upcoming fight is with the other Black Venom goblins coming out of Steingart. So let's end the turn there. So it's turn 5. We've unlocked the Gardens of Moor. And we're going to get rid of all these bloody pop-ups because it's like surfing the internet in 2003. And then we're going to move here. Now, you might be thinking go for an ambush trap here or something like that. You can do that. It seldom works in my experience, so I typically like to take the opportunity to get some more handgun recruitment going on. So I'm going to bring him to there. Just a little bit. Let's have a look. How close can we get him? Yeah, it's not going to make much difference. So do you know what? In fact, with that in mind, I am going to bring Elspeth to here.
Where is the graveyard? Lead me to it.
I'm going to have this guy
is my gift.
come over the border.
I've calculated the best route.
And we're going to swap some units over here.
My inventions will lead the Empire into a new golden age. My inventions serve the Empire.
Amethyst mage.
And now we're just going to all stand close together so that we can reinforce each other. He then can't, or this army then cannot take Pfeildorf.
For the Empire.
But
The constituent
he is
elements
just
must
over the
be
border,
strong.
so he can recruit 2 units of handgunners,
Amethyst
while Elspeth
guardian.
recruits 2 units of archers. So we've maximised
Wielder of the pale side.
our recruitment, and she can now get Purple Son of Xerus.
This belongs in my archives.
So now this goblin tribe, can't attack Pfeildorf without Elspeth getting involved, and can't attack this small army here without Elspeth getting involved. And Elspeth, with this garrison to back her up and this guy to back her up, is very well set up. So we'll go over the end turn here. Let's see if he's dumb enough to feed himself to us. Spoiler, he's not going to be. Okay, so Black Venom ran back down to Steingart, which is fine by us. Let's have a look at the movement range for this here. For this here, I should say. We can just about get everything
Amethyst
into
majesty.
position to attack It's just a matter of how we set the attack up, because everything that Black Venom have now got, and that's a fair bit, is down here. So you've got a small army here, the larger army here, which is almost a full stack, and a reasonably chunky garrison. So it's a matter of how we best go approaching this, because obviously this has to go into forced march to get within attack range. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this into forced march right to there.
Onwards, there is much to do.
Because we'll get time to move. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the smaller army so that the the almost full stack and the garrison come in as reinforcements. And so does this for me, but that doesn't matter as much. So we are now going to attack this with everything in place. As you see, it will allow me to auto-resolve it, but we lose like 4 units, and it's just not worth it. I'm going to put the Frostfire gem on Lupio Gausser. But yeah, we're going to fight this manually. Because it's the smaller army, we will get some setup time to be ready to fight all of these gobos. Now, this army, it doesn't look like much because these are low-tier units, but that's a lot of guys attacking us. So you have to take it seriously. I will show you how to fight it. Let's go. So this is the map that you fight on at Steingart, and this is going to look immediately appealing to you as a potential corner camp here. However, I don't use this because of this grove of trees here, and also because of this slope, which negates the firing range of your handgunners. So if you've got handgunners, say here, they won't get their full firing range. What I like to do is set up to get in position here and then move down into this area here, so that we don't have the trees blocking most of our shots. We use this as our firing range, and we just protect ourselves through the trees here. So I'll show you what I mean. We're going to have our archers there, guns here, and obviously there'll be more guns coming from the reinforcements. We've got time for them to arrive. That makes them take a lot longer, so we won't muck about with that. Yeah, whatever, that's as fast as it's going to go. Okay. Elspeth, I am going to have over here, because that's where the reinforcements are going to come in. They're going to come in a massive blob, and I've got Purple Son of Zerus, so I'm going to use that on them. Now, these guys, the Pistoliers, I'm going to have over here just to kind of mess with these units. And then finally we've got that, and of course our artillery, which I'll have facing backwards so that they move out faster to get in position. Alright, all that's done. Let's get to it. Elspeth, you've got to get into the trees to about there. These need to come to here. And then we are going to set up with the artillery about there. Archers here. Gunners here. Lupio here. And then I'm going to put these in the trees. Right, how long do we have? Okay, so we've got time. No rush. Right, let's see if we can find the general. He'll normally have vindictive glare or vindictive gaze, whatever the hell it's called, to shoot at you with. But we'll just use these in general to muck this army about. You know, all the damage we can do here is for the best. It's better than nothing. No idea where that general's gone. That's fine. We've got plenty of setup time. Yeah, we'll just give ourselves that range. We'll have that unit come down and attack there. Right, Elspeth, how much longer are we waiting? Okay, it's almost time for her to hit a purple sun. Let's make sure we got enough range for it. Yes, we do. We want to hit them with it as they're coming on so that we get as much damage into them as we can.
Awaiting command! Get them! Yes, sir!
Here we go. And our reinforcements are coming in as well. And having cast that, I want to hide her a little bit deeper there. Because I don't want her getting chased by anything. Is she getting kills? Yep, she's getting a good number of kills there.
By gun and saber!
So we're now going to add these gunners to this lot.
At speed!
And we're going to arc these around a little bit.
Quick march! Spearmen!
Put that there,
Battle!
that there, him there, him there,
Swordsman!
them there.
Speed!
And we're going to look around for another chance to get a purple sun into this. Because as you can see, they're pretty vulnerable to it. We just need to wait until we've got enough magic. And that'll do crippling damage to them. Right, this unit isn't doing anything. Ah, here we go. Very nearly time. Just don't want to be spotted. There we go. Now let's run.
The dead call.
There we go. Elspeth's got almost 600 kills by herself already.
Sigma calls!
No need for her to risk hanging around there. That's absolutely fine.
Your orders?
Whoa, get them out the way. I think every bit of damage they've taken there has been friendly fire. With that in mind, I'm actually going to turn these around a little bit. Or a little bit more.
Quickly! No lingering! Quick march!
There we go. And we've just divided them up so they're now confused, weakened, and we're going to beat the shit out of them. Although it would help. Do you know what? I'm going to run these off the battlefield now because we don't need them. Well, if they get routed, they get routed. It's fine.
The winds take me.
Elspeth can stick another purple sun there.
Crank that machine!
That wasn't a particularly good one on my part, I have to admit.
A matter of locomotion. Imperial inventor!
The graveyard rose to shadows.
Swordsman! Roar!
Come in and bog that lot down.
The Dark Lady of Nuln.
Okay, we're going to fire our artillery into here and here. And now I'll try sticking a Spirit Leech into the general there.
Doom upon them. Darkness is my steed.
And that looks like the army loss penalty, so it doesn't even particularly matter now.
The Dark Lady of Nuln.
Okay, that general's down. We'll let the artillery fire their way out. And Elspeth can just mop up whoever. Doesn't matter, but yeah, her big purple sun that she hit there at the beginning made a huge difference, and then the follow-up one. But yeah, it would be nice if we had that cavalry to come and chase down some of these units here, but that's okay. So we'll end the battle there. Decisive victory. Only real losses were those stupid pistoliers with the bad skirmishing, but they did do a fair bit of damage. So, you know, they did their worth. We'll take the replenishment there. We've got some more stuff for the Nuln Gunnery School here. So what we'll go with here is... we'll go for Imperial Gunnery to increase our fire rate and ammunition for our handgunners.
Master Engineer.
Elspeth von Draken.
And now this is showing auto-resolve, but again, I don't want to risk excessive casualties. I never trust these things, to be honest with you, especially with range-heavy armies. So I'll fight it manually, but you don't need to see this one. You've seen how we fight here. Same map, same battle, same result. Nice and simple. Let's just let Elspeth flex a little for a bit of experience. But not for very long. Job done. We shall occupy Steingart.
There may be truths to uncover.
And that's the end of the Black Venom tribe. And we have another province. So we've now got 2 full proper provinces. And we have got also Fort Sol. So effectively 3 provinces. Now, there is something that I actually forgot earlier on, guys. There's something else you can do which can be quite useful. You can get yourself a Witch Hunter so you've got an extra tanking unit. It's just a matter of which one you want to go for. I mostly use them for tanking, to be honest, so I'd go for a tough one. I'm going to recruit him now just to factor the costs in. Whether he can catch up with us in time, we'll see. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get rid of the pop-ups again. It really annoys me that you can't do things until you get rid of those. Right, I'm going to swap a couple of units out here. Yep, those 2. Oops, not that. What am I doing? That unit, and no, we'll go for units that haven't been weakened. So we'll take those 2 units out.
The graveyard road.
And Elspeth can recruit 2 more units of archers. Now,
Of the pale scythe.
Elspeth, I'm going to make Purple Sun cheaper for her.
In my archives.
And we're going to go piercing shots for Lupio Gausser. And then for this engineer, let's go Route Marcher and Survivalist for him.
Rearm and remodel.
And that's basically it for this turn. Let's have a look at our
Yes.
political situation here. So we can get a non-aggression pact
Empire this day.
and all the other stuff from Averland. Now that's good because we're going to need to cross their lands to get at Vlad and Co. So we're going to take that with a little bit of extra money to us. And see, we can still get the non-aggression pact with Stirland here. I swear I got that earlier. I must have messed it up. Whatever. We will put that in. We still got the money for it. And now we can get the non-aggression pact with Reichland. Yeah, I must have not clicked to confirm that with Stirland. But either way, we've had the same result. And let's have a look at our Confederation likelihood with Stirland. So it's 55 at the moment. But bear in mind, he has not yet begun to get his poop fully pushed in by the vampires. So we'll see how he's feeling about a Confederation after that starts happening. So let's end that turn there. Turn 6 is done. Okay, so let's get our Witch Hunter moving. He, like all heroes, catches up pretty fast. So we're going to head towards the moot.
Pioneer of progress. I will continue
Get
my
him to
studies
there.
Amethyst mage. Heed my voice. or
And we're going to
fear the
stay
amethyst
close together.
wind.
The Empire. Come then. Only Sigma's god, Ulrich.
And now we can get all of that other stuff from Stirland as well. So if we don't get the Confederation with Stirland, we can still move through their territories without any diplomatic penalties. We'll take Fort Sol up to tier 2. This is all looking more or less fine for the moment, pretty much as expected. That is the end of turn 7, guys. Now, over the end turn, I was offered trade and a non-aggression pact with Carrick here, and I decided to take it. It's entirely up to you whether you do, though. Stirland,
Come then.
no Confederation yet. That's okay.
Draken.
we're going to come out of forced march now.
Death takes the laggard.
Now, a lot of the time you'll see an army of,
Like me and Carmine.
what's it called? The Changeling there. That's, by and large, how you can expect it to go. If it is there and you get the Confederation, what you can do is you can use Sterling's army to lead the attack against the Changeling's army and get rid of it. But if you don't, you don't. It's fine. What I'm going to do, actually,
You are all fit, I trust.
let's just do this. I would like to swap a unit out of Elspeth's army. Yeah, we'll take that melee off her. And I'll put the Witch Hunter into her army.
My spyglass is of use.
Because he's managed to catch up. Ordinarily, I would prefer to recruit him on turn 2 when you normally can. Now, we'll take Nuln up to tier 3. Obviously, we're running a financial deficit at the moment, but that's okay. We're going to move the second general behind Elspeth. We want her to be the one leading any fights if the vampire counts attack. They're likely to attack the moot here.
Amethyst Magistrix.
I'm going to go into channeling stats with Elspeth just in case. What you could... Oh, Pfeildorf. We can take Pfeildorf up to tier 2 as well. What you could conceivably do is declare war on the vampire count so that if they attack the moot, you all wind up fighting alongside each other, but that can result in some like surprising map selections. You come in at awkward angles. I don't think it's really worth it. If the moot falls and we take some attrition, the moot falls and we take some attrition. But let's end the turn.
They call me the Graveyard Road.
Okay, so we're on turn 9. We've run out of research for that at the moment. So what we're going to go to is firing drills, which will give us ordnance canisters and then firing drills there. So that's the next 8 turns sorted out. Elspeth, it's not Elspeth who's got a point, it's her hero. Let's go Master of Ballistics. Now, obviously the vampire counts didn't attack the moot over the end turn, so let's have a look and see if we can confederate here yet. Not yet. Reichland
Carl Franz. Many
is willing to do deals, so let's do that.
Yes. Come then.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, that's all fine. This is all building up nicely. So what we need to do now, we're going to start a battle with the vampire counts. Now, I don't think this army will stand and fight against us. And I'm pretty sure Vlad's going to be right behind it. So we're going to wind up fighting this army, Vlad's army, and the garrison all at once, potentially. So we're going to attack here. We're going to declare war.
The scythe incorporeal.
So we gave it a shot at getting him to just fight straight away. So that's fine.
New golden age.
He didn't accept.
Rider of the Dragon.
So the problem we've got here, I would like
Draken.
to besiege this settlement and attack
Master engine.
this army on the outside. We might just have enough range for that, so let's just cancel that for the
Nobody
moment.
understands the importance of ballistic calculations
We will
these days.
besiege,
Their end.
because getting rid of this army would be bloody lovely, it's got to be said. Because fighting all of that at once is kind of a pain. Let's have a look.
The other.
Yes, so we've got that in. I am going to fight this manually, I think, just to keep losses to an absolute minimum, because the fight against Vladdy Daddy is the big one. So let's get to it. You don't really need to see this. Simple enough fight. Took a bit of damage on some spearmen, but that was it. We'll see how much of this actually survives to help Vladdy Daddy out. Oh, actually, none will, because he retreated, so that's perfect for us. Nice, nice, simple enough battle. Let's take, for this one, the replenishment, just so that we're as strong as possible for when we fight Vlad.
See great.
Elspeth can now have magical reserves. That's very nice ahead of this fight. And then this guy, just give him Bloody Blade for now.
Master
And this one, Let's go for Survivalist because he'll mainly be tanking again. So now we get to fight Vlad and his army here. This is probably going to show an auto-resolve. Yeah, it shows Pyrrhic victory. We're obviously not going to take that because, frankly, we don't need to. We can beat this army in a manual fight. It's just a matter of doing the right things. We've got a little corner here we might potentially camp, but I will show you how to take Vlad out if you haven't already watched my video on how to kill Vlad. Let's get to the battle. Okay, so we've obviously got to wait for the reinforcements to come in. That's almost 2 minutes. We should be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Pistoliers in these corners. Can we get them in there? Yes, okay. So I'll put them in skirmish mode, fire at will. Just leave them there for the moment. If we can get Vlad to hold still for a bit, that would be ideal. But for now, let's set up as though he's going to come forward straight away. We're on the attack and we're classed as having the balance of power advantage, so he hopefully won't. Okay. It's got that here. I won't checkerboard just yet. And I'll leave Elspeth here in case there's a chance to lure Isabella and Emmanuel Posner forward faster, because they're on mounts, Vlad isn't. Okay, so now we have to see what happens. Let's get the Pistoliers around. Without firing at will for the moment. Oh, actually, you know what? Fuck it. If they're going to chase them, fire at will then. Jesus Christ, this skirmish mode's bad. How fast are direwolves again? Are they actually fast enough to do this? Yeah, they're 95s. They're actually a little bit faster than us. That's okay. It's causing their army to get into weird positions. So if they get routed, I'm fine with that. Because we need a bit of time here. Now let's send... Nope, that's fine. Because now their faster flyers are coming for... Oh, fuck you. Come forward. Dicks. Okay, that's fine. That should give us enough time to get our main units in. There we go, and this will let our artillery fire. Even though it's at flyers, it's fine because we obviously want to take these units out. Okay, so the Pistoliers have been routed. That's fine. God, it would be lovely to put a purple sun into that, wouldn't it? But we're not going to get the chance. That's okay.
Elspeth von Draken.
Right. Aim at them.
The graveyard rose.
And here come the reinforcements. That little shit with the Pistoliers there just gave us enough time. I don't think they were going to attack us beforehand anyway. If we hadn't positioned behind them, they probably wouldn't have gone for us. Move around so you don't get hit by the Vargeists. Either way, this has gone very well so far, I'd say. Right. Let's get... our guns ready. Yeah, losing 2 units of Pistoliers, and they aren't lost, they've just been routed. Losing them in exchange for Vargeists, that's a great deal for us. But we do need to get ready for Blood Knights. And Direwolves. Right, Isabella, Elspeth, go and harass them. They've balled up a fair bit here. Might be possible to catch them out. How fast is she? So I do have to worry about Direwolves. Yeah, see that they're not coming forward here, even after all of that. That means they wouldn't have attacked us if we didn't have the Pistoliers right on top of them. That's okay. Because so far, everything's going grand. All of our guns are now in position, so I am going to... No.
Handgunners! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Set up a checkerboard in case we need it.
We serve the Emperor!
At pace.
Okay, Isabella wants in. Excellent, that's what I want. Do I want to put a purple sun through here? I feel like I can. Let's have a go.
The dead call. Elspeth von Draken. I go to glory.
Isabella is much tougher than Elspeth, so that was a real gamble there.
Forthwith. Advance.
Okay, I don't think the artillery is a good choice here.
The winds take me. At pace.
Finding the angle!
To shadows.
That's okay. Because she's about to get the shit beaten out of her.
Master craftsman!
There we go.
Making it so!
Did it seem like a good idea after all there, Isabella?
Immediately!
Because Elspeth's back in the game already.
Ha! Quickly!
There we go, she's done.
Matter of locomotion!
Let's get these
We are Sigmar's
out and forward. Right, let's see how everyone else is looking. Coming forward piecemeal. I want Vlad and the hero dead. They're spread pretty wide.
at your service!
So what I'm going to do is turn the archers around a little bit so we've got coverage for them.
For the Emperor! Taking position! Formation! March!
And now I'll turn the artillery back on. The vampire heroine should be faster than Elspeth as well, same as Isabella. So the main thing I'm concentrating on here is getting Vlad into the battle. The sooner he gets into it, the sooner we can kill him. Okay, do you know what? There we go. They're coming for the flank.
Handgunners! Yes, General! The drums stop playing.
I'll turn that round.
Sigmar guides us!
At pace.
Elspeth can stand back for the moment. Is that Blood Knights? Yeah, that's Blood Knights and Dire Wolves. Emmanuel Posner's coming in fast. That's great. Elspeth, get behind then. I want this artillery to be concentrating on the zombies. You can aim for there because there's a lot of stuff going on around there. They're setting up to get a big flank in.
Gifted tinkerer! The Empire
And she's going for a hero. And she's getting blatted. Excellent. Okay, she's done.
slay the heretics! Handgunners!
Oh, Direwolves completely flanked us there. That's okay. Go and get them.
Look out, spellcaster!
It's fine. Spread these out a little bit more to make sure that doesn't happen again. Right, where's Vlad? There we go. He's right there. So when he comes in, as soon as... Oh, goddamn, what timing. I hate that thing. Right, we're going to go. Spirit Leech. Soul Blight. Focus fire on him.
In motion!
Right, he's down.
Handgunners! In range! Go! Get them! Sorcery! By Ulrich's wrath!
We are ready!
What? Yes, General?
No lingering!
Turn these round, hit the stuff that's on the flanks. Elspeth, I want you to come over here, and even though we've got units here, I want you to stick a purple sun on that, because it's too good to waste.
At your service!
Find your targets!
Take aim!
Darkness is my steed.
And now we're going to go... I'm going to go artillery to there, actually.
Elspeth,
And then Elspeth can come through here, and I'll cast magic on top of that.
State troops ready! Taking aim!
Let's shoot those so we can get that unit back in the fight.
chasing the
This guy I want to get out. You shoot them. But that is the end of the battle. We've actually won there, guys. Simple as that. Taking out Vlad, Isabella and the hero does so much damage to their balance of power that they crumble relatively quickly. We just did a few sort of like... Some of them were even reckless, like hitting that purple sun over here that damaged some of our own units. It's because after this, it barely even matters. Vlad is more or less helpless from this stage, guys. So I could have fought that battle better. And, you know, the end result is we still won even without doing that. Like, look at how little Vlad, Isabella and the hero did, because we forced them to come in piecemeal, and when they came in, we blatted them with magic and gunfire. That's how you fight them, guys. Cool. We will just occupy again.
Master Engineer.
Now, we can avoid the attrition by going into forced march here. And you know what? I'm going to do that.
Forge ahead!
We're going to head across to the moot in this direction, because I don't think we have to worry about being attacked by any vamps here. That just stops the attrition there.
Dark Lady of
Let's see if that's affected Sterling's willingness to confederate with us. It's actually reduced it, presumably because they feel less under threat from the vampire counts. That's okay.
Friends of
Usually at this stage you will actually have the confederation with Sterling. It's happened in every other playthrough I've had. But we're fine. This guy can now have...
Imperial Scholar.
Let's just go for Leader of Renown. So we're going to send him to do some recruiting soon. He can head back up to hold these territories if we need to.
Amethyst Magistrix.
Elspeth, let's go with Beta Buna.
I must keep my weakness.
Oh, she's got another one.
arcane trinkets.
Arcane Conduit. Excellent.
Add it to my collection.
For this guy, we will go extra increased mobility, and I'm going to say triangulation. And for the Witch Hunter, accusation, which would have been useful in that last battle, but let's face it, it didn't really matter that much, and melee defense. All of that's done. And she now obviously has Vlad von Carstein's defeat trait, which means if she gets wounded, she's back in one turn. We can buy something with the Nuln Gunnery School. Should we bother? Yeah, sod it. Let's get some more rockets.
Deadlier machines upon wheels.
And we'll end turn 9 there. Vladdy Daddy is down.
Machines require test subjects.
Okay, let's take a quick look. I'm going to send this guy back now. We don't really need him to help us finish off the vampire counts. So we're going to have him go to Pfeildorf, where he can do some recruiting. Now let's go in here.
So, it is good to see.
No confederation yet.
I am Sigma's. It is good to...
Not yet. Okay. That's fine.
Von Draken,
Elspeth.
wielder of the pale sun.
This is really easy to do. We'll give her the regeneration one for the moment. She'll get her own regeneration as she levels up. But this, I'll show you the map, but you basically don't need to see any of the sieges for Castle Tempelhof or Castle Drakenhof because they are so bloody easy. It's one of the worst map designs in the entire game. This is why it's such a crap map to defend. There is no tower coverage here, so you can literally just set up and do whatever the hell you like, quite frankly. It's kind of a joke of a map. But yeah, I've repeatedly soloed this map with Elspeth just by herself. Like, I haven't even used our artillery in fights. But yeah, you don't really need to see this. All you need to see is this ain't going to do anything here. And they've obviously got no range, so you can just come down here, cast Purple Sun. She's got 70 magic reserves on top of what she's... well, 69 on top of what she's already got. Nice. The artillery's firing. Don't especially need it to be honest. But yeah, see you at the end. And yeah, Elspeth actually wound up in better shape at the end of it than she started in because I gave her the regeneration gem. Simple as that. Cool, so that's Castle Tempelhof taken. We will just occupy as always. Let's go for growth again. Skill points for Oleg here. Let's just go for elusive. Nothing here really to think about.
Yes.
Have another good look at our Confederation chances as a result of doing so much vamp damage, but it's made no difference. We will end turn 10 with the vampire counts very much on the back foot. Okay, so from here it's a matter of which part you want to prioritize first. You can hit Drakenhof within 2 turns to try and get to it before there's a big army inside. I'm not going to bother with that. I want to keep this in a nice tidy loop, so I'm going to come around in an arc like this from Waldenhof to Eschen to Drakenhof to Schwarzhafen. We'll just auto that. We'll just occupy that. Seeing a pattern yet, guys? Growth. Okay, public order is looking fine in these locations. This will probably get this almost level, I'd imagine. Not quite. In that case, let's just forced march him inside Pfeildorf so we can get a bit more replenishment. 2 more turns and Nuln will be up to tier 3. Elspeth. Let's start now going for these boosts. So we'll go for Unsettling Radiance to unlock our special ones because we want to get to Magistrix of the Amethyst Order as soon as possible because that makes Purple Sun mega cheap and makes her super OP, which I've also mentioned in a video that I made recently. Let's go Triangulation again. And we can go Growth here. We could also go Public Order for Tempelhof. Just to get, do you know what? I am going to go for Public Order for Tempelhof for the moment, or Northern Sylvania, I should say. Just because I'm going to be leaving it alone for the next 3 turns at least to take out these 3 settlements. That's the end of turn 11, guys. So over the end turn, we've got Trade and a Non-Aggression Pact with Jufbar. We've got some Beastmen here. It's a distraction, but let's go and hit them. Hopefully we'll have enough movement range to hit Eschen next. It's all experience and money, and we can get ourselves back up to full health. And we can reach Eschen, so that was perfect. That auto-resolve was bullshit, but we're just going to occupy again. The money's actually becoming almost worth it at this stage, but yeah. So they've got a stack inside there and a hero, but we'd win the fight if they tried to attack us, especially now we have the Carmine Dragon. We will get Graveyard Rose and the Dark Lady for Elspeth there. For this guy, I'm going to go Triangulation again, and for this guy, Extra Powder and survivalist.
Wielder
All
of the
good.
Pearl Scythe.
Imperial Scholar.
Pfeildorf, let's start putting up better garrison there, so walls essentially,
By good
even though it's already a walled settlement.
grand inventor.
And Nuln will be tier 3 next turn. That is the end of turn 12.
Chaos will always be brought to order.
Yes, yes, Elspeth, I know. Chaos will always be brought to order. Whatever. We have unlocked the Death's Timekeeper battle now. That's grand, but we're not going to do it straight away. I've also done a guide on how to do that, guys. But let's have a look now for our Confederation. We can now Confederate Stirland, so we're going to do that. Because why the hell not? Like I say, this has normally happened sooner than this, but is what it is. Now, yeah, these units are kind of useful. Can we meet up relatively quickly?
Quicken your stride. For the Empire.
Yes, we can. Let's get him to there. Obviously, this affects our public order a bit here. We're going to start building the garrison up at Nuln.
Work to do.
We're going to do a swap. We'll get the hero and the gunners for this army. Oh, hang on. Taking the wrong ones out. There we go. That one, and that one. Oh, do you know what? Let's just give him the whole lot. And then, what the hell?
So many ideas.
And then we'll just disband this guy, and that should get our finances sorted out.
The Emperor will be pleased.
More or less.
Standard watch rotation.
This is all fine. Castle Tempelhof, we'll take that up to tier 2. And now we're going to attack Drakenhof, which has Vladdy Daddy inside again. But that's okay, because this is not going to be difficult. Bound spell there. The Burning Head, will give that to Elspeth. The regeneration we'll give to the Engineer. And the Frostfire gem we'll just give to the Witch Hunter. Yeah, this should be simple enough. We just have to deal with Vlad, but we can deal with that. That's not a problem. I'll only show you bits of this because it's Drakenhof again. There's like uncovered areas where you can shoot in. So set the artillery up here, take them off of fire at will. 3. Here we need to conserve a bit of ammo, unlike at Tempelhof, just because there's a whole army inside. So 3, 2, and 2. Pistoliers. These guys here, Elspeth and the Carmine Dragon here. I could have actually probably gone into channeling stance here to get a bit of extra magic, but she doesn't especially need it. Let's just get over here and find ourselves a nice blob to put down our first purple sun on. There's also a Vargulf in here.
It is time we ushered them over the threshold unto death.
Because there's so many units inside, the purple suns are going to rage here. As long as it don't take so long that we don't get them cast in time, eh, Elspeth? The Carmine Dragon's great, but it's not quick. How did she do for kills there? 23. Okay, that's just a start. We don't have to worry about being shot by anything other than towers. We do have to worry a bit about magic. There's Vlad. And what we're going to do is we're just going to move about a bit to try and tie them up with our movement. Because that way our casts will have maximal effect. That's looking good. Stick that in there. Nice. And we do also have 3 casts of the Burning Head as well. To be honest, I probably don't even need to min-max this as much as I am, but better be safe than sorry. There's 3 units there. Nice. Nice, 300 kills. Elspeth and the Dragon are not exactly making a great fist of beating these fucking Felbats up, are they? But it's okay. Nice, that's the hero down. As you can see, the Carmine Dragon makes her tankier, but honestly, she's still not great until you've got the till you've got all of her stuff in place. When it comes down to melee, that is. In terms of spell casting, she's excellent, but she doesn't have Death's Timekeeper yet, and she doesn't have Magistrix of the Amethyst Order, so Purple Sun is still an expensive spell to her. Jesus Christ, these Felbats have taken a long time to die. That is absolutely insane. Felbats taking this long to die against a fucking dragon. Absolutely ridiculous, that is. Start preparing to fight this like an actual battle rather than pissing about with his Elspeth's magic. Keep calling her Isabella. Which is so unfair, because she's totally not a vampire. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There you go, almost 800 kills for her almost, though. Let's just start hitting with the artillery. I'm going to bring archers down to here, with the heroes blocking. And this will be our last cast. So it's a matter of, do I want to use Purple Sun here, or do I want to save something for Vlad? Do you know what? I'm going to save something for Vlad. Go just smash the blobs with the Hellstorm rocket battery. Get the archers here, so that they can pick off these units as they run around in front of them. Good, they're racking up loads of kills. So Isabella... keep doing it. Elspeth has got 795, and the Hellstorm rocket batteries are heading towards 600. 600, not 6. You guys need to stop firing at Vlad, because that's a waste. And what I'll do now, actually, is I will bring the guns down here, because if Vlad's going to start hanging around here, I'm going to try and lure him to come out and get shot by the guns. Because the sooner he's gone, the sooner they take a big shit on their balance of power. The Varkel's being a dick. There we go, that's gone. I would like Vladdy Daddy to make it that easy, but he's not down for it, apparently. Right, we can turn these back onto fire at will, because Vlad is no longer just hanging around here. And these cannons can actually fire over these walls, because they're on a massive great hill. So they can do some damage here as well. Oh, here's Vlad. About bloody time he came back. But I don't want the archers wasting their ammo on him, because he will... just regenerate. Right, now he's here. It's time to lure him out. If he's going to hang around there, I want him in the gunner's line. And there we go. That's the army loss penalty. Simple as that, just long-winded, basically. Alright then, we have got Sylvania. Well, Castle Drakenhof. The rest of Sylvania will come soon enough. Let's go growth and gold here. And she's now got the pale side, so she'll be better against bloody Felbats the next time she has to fight them. And that's also given us some helpful money there, 5,000. We'll put one into... Ooh, yeah, let's go for Blessed by Shaiish, and now Magistrix of the Amethyst Order. She is basically lethal now with magic because her purple Son of Zeros is super cheap. Everything else is cheaper as well, and she starts with more magic reserves. This guy, let's go for restock and machinist preparations, whatever. This one, that extra ambush success chance is nice, so we'll go for Way of the Wolf for him. Because we have Confederated Stirland, we now have the Moot, so let's put that on public order for the moment.
Rider of the Dragon.
And that's the end of turn 13. So over the end turn, Middenland went bye-bye. Fortunately, we're not Karl Franz, so who the hell gives a shit? One thing that's going to slow us down here, we can't quite reach Schwarzhafen yet, so I'm going to come to here. And we'll get that next turn. As you can see, there's the Changelings army that I mentioned shows up. We will, like, you can get that afterwards. That's not a problem. Let's just go to there. And in fact, what we'll do... How long is that going to take? That'll take 2 turns. So I'm going to go into Pfeildorf to occupy it for a moment to keep the public order in line. That's -15 at the moment. This is -7. Obviously, our public order is not great at the moment because of the Confederation penalties. But that's it for turn 14.
Duel with death.
Okay.
As
Let's go to Schwarzhafen. We'll just auto-resolve that.
death.
And we'll occupy.
There may be truths to uncover.
We'll go for growth here because we do need to build up Drakenhof. It's only tier 1. And obviously the next thing to do would be to take out the Changelings army there. That would be an auto-resolve for Elspeth with this army. So let's go to here. Shadowy Servant. No need to rush for that. We're going to have a rebellion there next turn.
My inventions serve the Empire.
Ooh, Gristle Valley, okay. Bring him up to there. Still going to have the rebellion there, but that's okay.
Amethyst Guardian.
We'll go for commandment at Drakenhof. Southern Sylvania, we'll go for growth because we need to build that up fast. And we've got plenty of, whatever these things are called again, schematics. So, I mean, we could boost the cannons, but we'll just hold on to them until we got the Amethyst Armory unlocked. We'll end turn 15 there. I wasn't actually planning to go past the end of Sylvania, but I might as well deal with the Deceivers while we're at it. We could use a control boost actually, so we'll spend 1,000 on that. That's nice. Then we're going to come up here. Going to declare war on the Changeling. And it's an auto-resolve. You don't need to... I've never needed to actually fight that battle. So we will take the money from that because we could use it, especially after spending that 1,000. Go into the Moot.
For the Empire.
Come up here.
Guard yourselves.
We should be able to auto-resolve this as well.
This is it, men. Say not that we are unmerciful. Imperial Scholar.
And then we'll just forced march inside Nuln, which is soon going to have a boosted garrison. Let's have a look at all of our other situations here. That's fine. We can't confederate anything yet, and we've got trade and non-aggression pacts with all of the Imperial factions. Let's try Clan Angren. Not yet. Karak Kadrin. Not yet. These will trade with us.
Bow, for you
So
are
will
in the
they.
presence of celestial. We make our
So Arguelon doesn't normally declare war on us, but if I do need to go back and smack him around, that's absolutely fine. Drycha is actually less aggressive than she used to be against the human player, so you don't need to worry about that too much until you decide to take her out so that you can unify the Empire. But as you can see, we're now in positive income. So that's basically it, guys. Hang on a second. Let's get rid of that trickster cult. There we go. They might be spread out in other places, but we'll deal with that in good time. So, what do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 whole provinces, because we've got Fort Sol, Solland, Wissenland, Northern Sylvania, and Southern Sylvania. Start taking that up to tier 2. And we have got a really strong army in Elspeth's hands. She's now very high rank. She's already rank 20 in turn 16. So she's been gaining really fast. This army only really needs a few units added to it, and you'd be able to turn that out and fight most things as well. But right now I'm just using it as a sweeper army to go and defend all of these territories here. We probably want to get rid of these ogres that have shown up at Grenstadt. That's fine. But from here, what you can look to do is you can go north and get rid of Festus, start to retake Middenheim and Middenland, and start to reunify the Empire. The confederations come thick and fast in these campaigns, guys. Elspeth does not struggle to unify the Empire under her control, so it's all very doable. Obviously, if you want to, you can just commit straight away to going after Drycha and get her wiped out, and then start to forge ties with Kislev. But it's all entirely up to you. From this position, your campaign is pretty well set. You don't really have any major threats in the area. Maybe Derthu will try it. It's never happened to me before, but honestly, Elspeth will absolutely crap on him if you send her over here to deal with him. So it is what it is. I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this guide and that it's proven helpful to you. If it has helped you, or you've just enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate you hitting like, subscribing, and yada yada yada. You know the stuff YouTubers nag you to do. And I hope to see you again for the next video, guys. Cheers.